and welcome to this powerful event coming up. The new magazine is coming out, the Extraordinary Martial Artist magazine, and we have featured on the cover Grandmaster Joe Corley and Grandmaster Jeff Smith, and talking about the PKA. This was a wrap-up event of the Bill Wallace event in Las Vegas. So we had so many things going on. I think this magazine is really super great. And guys, how are you guys doing?
Awesome.
We're here. We're both in Redlands, California. We're getting ready to put on a big event, one of our trials for the greatest strikers on the planet. We're doing event number 3 here in Redlands on Saturday.
Well, I know that the PKA is moving, and I know Grandmaster Corley and Grandmaster Smith, you guys are making some things happen and moving forward. Las Vegas was really great to honor, Grandmaster Wallace at the event, getting a chance to see everyone. Yeah. We had so many things going on. So what did you guys think about the event? Because there's a wrap up in the magazine. So what you guys think about the event in Vegas?
I thought it was perfect, Master Bowen. The reason I liked it so much is because it's always good to recognize those who really have earned that respect among all their fellow martial artists, and probably nobody more than Bill Wallace. Everybody knows Superfoot, and he's such a nice guy. So it's good to get together to. People say, well, they recognize him all the time, but not like what you did. That was his day. He got the recognition. Everybody came to honor him. And that had to really touch his heart to see so many people that came so many miles flying out there just to pay tribute to him and let him know how much they appreciate everything he's done in the martial arts and probably done for them, or they wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, let me second that and say that what I really like about it too is it was such a powerful expression in your Changing Lives series. We have Chuck Norris one year, the next year you have Ernie Reyes Sr., and the next year you have Bill Superfoot Wallace. Of course, prior to that, you had Jeff Smith and Bill Wallace and Bill Clark on the covers. So these are people that have really changed the lives, and I think that's really the strength of it. Bill showed his humility, and each one of the people that you've had each year have showed such a great sense of humility that they can be as good as they are, as powerful as they are, and still be humble and funny and all those. And of course, Bill's got that endearingly crazy part too. So.
Yeah, the only thing as good as his kicks or his kick, I should say, is his humor.
No, he had 2 kicks. There are 3 actually: side kick, hook kick, ground kick. So they're plural, even though only one leg. It's multiple kicks.
We'll just say leg then. I mean, they do call it Superfoot and not super feet.
Well, this is really about legacy, and this is what through the elite publications, the AMAA and the PKA is legacy, really going back and bringing forward those people that have been the foundation in the martial arts, especially sport karate, kickboxing. Those people have been the foundation. And we didn't realize back in 2015 that we were creating legacy. And I think that's what we've done since 2015. Up to this point, we've been through the who's who in the martial arts, the masters and pioneers, and now we're getting really focused, on the legacy. Who are the martial artists that are changing lives? So, we're realizing the importance of the martial arts and how it's brought back in there. So the event, the magazine, and everyone, there's some really great articles. There's a great article section from the PKA. And what we've done with the magazine is to go back and recap it. The magazine won an award. I think it's really a fantastic magazine, not just because we have produced it, but the quality of the articles and the people that are in there. I think that, really is what makes the magazine. And again, being able to support the PKA, to be able to get the message out, because I think Grandmaster Corley, the things that you're doing, fulfilling your dream, and we've been together for a number of years, so it's really great that the magazine and everything we're doing is to support you guys, but we also support other martial artists. We also partner with other people, but the magazine, I think this issue is probably the best issue. The Michael Jai White issue was a great magazine. I didn't think we could outdo that, but I think we did.
Well, what I like about your magazine is, Grandmaster Bowen, you are a product of the product. In other words, you aren't just saying these things. These are the things that you did that got you to where you were. You've really have followed that great saying that my Grandmaster June Rhee used to say all the time, is you have to lead by example. And to put together that quality of magazine, but what I like most about it is that it's a magazine that is being done by a real martial artist with history, not just somebody who has been reporting on martial arts for a long time, but somebody who came up through the ranks, who did it all, from a student to competitor to instructor to publisher to to writer, to all of these phases. And now you have a magazine that you know who needs to be in there and what the people need to know, because it's coming right from your heart. You know what the true martial arts, where the history is, who the pioneers are, who the people that have contributed, and then to be able to put them in the magazine or what they're doing and stay on the cutting edge of the latest in the martial arts. And I really will tell you that Joe Corley has really put the PKA really on the cutting edge, because, without the PKA, there'd be no UFC. They wouldn't be on every television now with all these martial arts. Joe Corley did, and the PKA did those thousands of hours of footage on all of the networks and all of the pay-per-views, and really is our history. And for him to come back to his roots and rekindle that, and we kind of said, UFC, we feel, stood on our shoulders a little bit to get to where they were. Well, now it's time for us to stand on their shoulders a little bit, because we probably wouldn't have reintroduced it had they not been as successful as they did. So, hats off to Dana White and his group. They've done a great job in getting all of the people to watch TV and see martial arts. And that's expanded, as you see now, into all the movies and everything. But to have PK back, the original, is really exciting for me. And I'm so happy to be part of it, along with Bill Wallace, since we were in the first original World Championships. And for us to still be around, to be able to contribute in any way to help Joe bring this dream to a vision like he's wanted to do for so many years.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, and Grandmaster Bowen, the original World Championships 48th anniversary, 4.8 decades anniversary was just 2 weeks ago. And we had a chance to meet this week, Grandmaster Smith and I did, with a man named Eric Tenenbaum. And his dad, Tom Tenenbaum, was a private student of Joe Louis back in 1974, but he ran Paramount Studios at the time, and he made a deal with ABC's Wide World of Entertainment and got that first event on television. So we're talking to him now. As a North Carolina person, you would really appreciate this. We're talking to him now about doing a film on the life story of Joe Louis, or a documentary in a 30-30 type on Joe Louis, and talk about how great that whole thing was and how it really came out of Joe Louis's mind and blossomed on ABC's Wide World of Entertainment. On that night, there were only 3 networks at the time. There was ABC, NBC, and CBS. And of all the people watching television that night, 52% were watching Jeff Smith, Bill Wallace, and Joe Louis win their world titles. and the other two were split among the Johnny Carson show with Burt Reynolds hosting and some other thing that was on NBC or on CBS that night. So it's really been a great trip, and it's great to be on the cover of your magazine this month with my big brother Jeff Smith. And I'm glad to have been able to teach him so much and help him be such a great champion.
And I owe it all to you, Joe. Thank you so much.
Look at this.
This is what we're talking about. It's great. And again, thank you guys for, the support that you have given to the AMAA and to the projects and things that we're done. Everyone, really, you got to check out the magazine, subscribe to it. It's in digital format. It's available now actually on Amazon. It's also available on MedCloud. Subscribe. We'll get it shipped to you. Hey, we got some good things coming up in New Jersey and Atlantic City in January. We're launching the first Women's in the Martial Arts Hall of Honor. So we're looking for the ladies to do a special tribute. And guess what? They got to have a book. So they're going to have their own personal book. And it's really great. And what we're doing is supporting the American Cancer Association. So we really want to, not just take. We're always looking at how we can give back. Just like with the PKA and the things we're doing. And this is what's made the things that we do so great is we're always trying to find ways to make things better, especially better than what we found them, that we're trying to make those contributions. So thank you guys for being a part of our interview today.
Great.
Any final words?
I would like to say one thing, Grandmaster Bowen, is that, all of you martial artists out there who love to do stand-up fighting, who don't want your legs kicked, who doesn't want to be taken down and ground and pounded or ground and pound somebody else, but you want to stand up and fight like our traditional martial arts rules, which is kicks above the waist. And, this kick, punch, and repeat is our motto to remind everybody that this is where the martial arts started and what our sport is about in traditional martial artists, that they can join in now. They have the opportunity, and it's an easy conversion, doing into this style for somebody who was on a NASCA or one of the other point fighting circuits, because that's the same way that Bill and Joe and I converted into that full contact, kickboxing without being kicked in the legs. So we didn't have to have knee operations after a few months of competition and shorten our career. Now these fighters can have a longer livelihood. It's not as hard on the legs because you're not getting them beat up all the time. The only beating they're getting is when you're whacking the guy in the head, and your legs can withstand quite a bit of that. So let's give everybody an invitation. We're doing our trials now, but we are going to be televising these eliminations and getting down to our world titles. And if you didn't get in this first series, then hopefully next year we'll be looking for these great fighters to join in on our trials.
On the hunt for the greatest strikers on the planet.
Okay, everyone, you heard that from Grandmaster Joe Corley. Remember, get your copy of the magazine, an award-winning magazine. Check out the articles. Become a member of the American Martial Arts Alliance, and don't forget, become a member of the PKA. We're both working to make the martial arts a better place.
Perfect.
And Joe, maybe you could tell them how they could contact you if they're interested in that type of stuff.
Just go to pkaworldwide.com and you'll have all the contact information right there.
Okay, thank you, Grandmaster Bowen. You're doing an awesome job, sir.
All right, thank you, guys. We appreciate you. All right, everyone, get your copy of the magazine.